So hello, as promised I was going to send you a video about how to analyze the data. Well, I haven't actually got all the data. I'm still waiting for one person to send me their stuff, but in the meantime I can send you a video of how to actually analyze it once we've got everything. So this is our data file, and here you can see match outcome, identification, so weak, neutral or strong, and the actual rating that they gave as well. And here are all the dependent variables. So what we want to do, first of all, we want to take out these people because they happen to watch a match that resulted in an equalizer, and we're only interested in wins and losses. We would be interested to see what would happen if there was a big enough group with equalizers, but there are only a few, only 4 of them. That's not a big enough a group. So we're going to take them out, and we do that by going to data and then select cases, and we want to select only those that have a match outcome of smaller than 9. I set 9 to be equalizer, and then I click OK. Where have my data gone? So as you can see here now, the equals are taken out, but you can see that by the little bar there. So well, it looks a bit different from how it usually looks. But anyway, that tells us the data have been filtered out. So then what we need to do is go to Analyze, and what we want to do is a multivariate analysis of variance, or MANOVA. So you go to General Linear Model, then to Multivariate. Now the dependent variables we want to be well, first we do the independent ones. It's called fixed factors, so don't be dismayed by that. It's just a different word for independent variable. So you put match outcome and identification in there, and personally affected, percentages of first person, competence, incompetence, good luck, bad luck, we put as dependence. What we also want is means. We can do plots later, so you go to options, and if you click descriptives, that gives you the means and the standard deviations. What do you want from me? Go away. It's just me talking to the computer. So you don't need to do anything with that, just click descriptives. Continue, and then we hit OK. This is the moment of truth. Now it gives you lots and lots of output, and it's tantalizing. You have to scroll through all this before you get to the exciting bit. So these are all the means and standard deviations. Multivariate tests you can delete because it's not well, rarely ever meaningful. This is what we want to be looking at, the tests of between subject effect. You do not need to look at this row, you do not need to look at this row, but match outcome, that's our first independent variable, that's where we want to start. Now these are the degrees of freedom for the effect for the independent variable. These are that's the mean square error, and this is our f value. The bigger the f, so the bigger the ratio of effect over random noise, the better it is. Now here what we can see, these f's are all quite small, so let's do the p-value. P-value has to be below 0.05 to be significant, but you know that. So that one is just on the cusp. that one is significant. There's a significant effect of match outcome on competence. We don't know how, in what direction that effect is. We need to look at the means for that. And it's a significant effect on the good luck measure and on the bad luck. Now that's in itself not surprising, but what we're really interested in is to see an interaction effect. So we just look at here that the identification is the other independent variable. There is an effect on how personally affected people feel, which is not surprising either. Nothing else except bad luck. Now, but this is where we get to the really nitty-gritty. Match outcome by identification interaction. Because we predicted that only those people who identify really strongly with a team, they would be the people who would be more likely to say, oh, you know, when they lose, bad luck. You know, it was either the referee messed up or we had a bad day, or Friday the 13th, anything but not the team's performance. Well, we see an interaction effect on the bad luck measure, so we need to look at that in more detail. There's nothing else after that. So what we need to do is just isolate that particular effect. So what we do the same thing, but instead of a MANOVA, we just do an ANOVA, because we only have one dependent variable that we want to look at. So we put in bad luck, and we put in these little friends, and what we want we want a nice plot. It doesn't matter which way around you put this. I love plots, very exciting. I always put them on Facebook, really sad. So you click OK. So you get the same things that you got in the table above. So here we have it. I hope that's visible enough. Now what this shows, so that's the rating of bad luck. To what extent do you think the match outcome is due to bad luck? Now these two lines are not very different. They differ 2 points at their biggest. So that's between weak and neutral. But there's something going on here. What we can see is that obviously if a team wins, then no matter how you identify with the team, but you're gonna say no, that was obviously not due to bad luck, because they won, we won. But if the team loses, it matters. If the team loses, it matters whether you identify weakly or sort of moderately strongly, as opposed to very strong. When you identify strongly with a team, then you're more likely to say it was down to bad luck. So since the addition of more data since we last met, nothing has changed in the pattern of data. We didn't find anything for the percentages of first person, but we talked about that. So this is a really interesting finding. Just waiting for the last data, and then let's hope it'll still stay that way. Then we have to talk about what we are going to do with it. We might even try and get it published somewhere. So I hope that was clear, and if not, please do let me know. I'm happy to go through it again. Always happy to talk about statistics. So bye bye from me. Goodbye.